Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the second class that's going through a huge revamp, overhaul, whatever you want to call it. The Sacrier. I don't know much about the class. I've never really played a Sacrier. So we're not going to do a whole lot of comparing to how it used to be. We're just going to take a look at the new spells and what it can do now. With that being said, let's just get started. Start with the Earth Sacrier. Just taking my Sacrier here. I did a class switch on him, so I'm using his set. My Sacrier is a strength and agility, so it's not 100% Earth. So do expect to see a little bit bigger numbers if you do have like a dedicated Earth set. But he has like 1,000 points worth of strength. So yeah, let's get to it. First off, Sacrier's Foot. It takes away dodge as one of his perks. So definitely dodge. You might want to mix it with the agility maybe to make sure you lock enemies and take advantage of that they don't have any dodge to walk away. And I'm here with another character as well, just to show off some of the support stuff. Since the Earth path is kind of like the defensive support path out of the three elements. So I got my Any here to kind of show off some of those elements. So we got Sacrier's Foot, we have Coagulation. So I'm not sure if these spells are entirely new or just like changes or tweaked or variations on what it used to have. So Coagulation, it looks like it's, let me see, inflicts earth damage. The caster also gains the stackable shield. Okay, so this one gives shields when you hit something. Ooh, 500. Right, yeah, so being earth, I would imagine is the hard hitting out of the three. But 500 on a crit, you get half of that turns into shields. Not bad. Can you stack it? Let's see. Another 500. And yeah, it looks like no, it doesn't stack. Unfortunately, it's just once. But it's still pretty good. Like I said, Earth Sacrier is more defensive, so getting shields out of an attack kind of makes sense. Condensation, Earth Steel. All right, so let's beat up the Sacrier a little bit, so you can see some of that Earth Stealing. And hopefully this video won't be as long as the Any, or maybe it will. I know the Any, the first impression video I did, it's pretty long just because the Any, there's so much going on with it. I had a lot of layers, so hopefully the Sacrier, so far it looks pretty straightforward. It doesn't look too crazy. But then again, the whole point of these videos is to really deep dive into these new characters. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so that's something I gotta get used to. So I'm like healing him instead of doing the damage, because I want to hit him. Since Any has these dual mode spells now. Am I lagging? Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit. Sorry, guys. Alright. Well, let's get him like halfway done. Halfway there. Okay. So let's try Condensation. I mean, it's hitting pretty decently, and like I said, this is not like a full. He's not in a full Earth set, so you know, it hit 450, probably hitting around 500 with a dedicated set, and it heals half of that. Yeah, so a little sustain on the Earth Sacrier. So let's try it again. Oh, and it's got a cooldown. All right, so it's got a cooldown. Kind of makes sense. And also it attracts by 2 cells, so this is going to be one of your positioning spells. Sacrier has always, as far as I know, has always been kind of like a positioner type class. So this has like a little cross. Pretty much you're going to want to use it to just like shift, nudge things around. Here, let me pass. I wonder if it's gonna work with allies as well. You can move them around, or is it just enemies? So when you target, when you do the spell, things are gonna move towards the center. So let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, so you could position allies as well as enemies, and that's gonna move to the center, and that's gonna help you, you know, line up your spells. Hit them with the foot. Bam, right there. Hit them again. Ooh. Oh, and the foot. Oh yeah, the foot's Earth Steel. So yeah, you're healing off your you're healing off your foot. You're getting shields from coagulation, and you're getting steals from condensations. And all right, so let's check out influx. Earth damage. Inflicts earth damage in an area of effect, healing allies in the perfusion state. So perfusion state is this new thing with the Sacrier. Pretty much allies who are under these states are gonna get heals, if I read that right. So alright, so this puts them in the perfusion state. Okay, it's an AoE. Let's see. 420. And no, the any didn't get into. Do I have to target the any? Oh no, okay, so this doesn't put them in a perfusion state. What does? Transfer some of the Sacrier's HP to the allies. And applies, okay. So I kind of got that a little bit mixed up. Yeah, we're lagging today too. Okay, so I want to hit this with the any. With this. And that's going to give 10% of my HP to the any. And now the any's under the perfusion state. So now if we do the spell here, and if the any is within an AoE, it's going to hit and it's going to heal. And I think it heals half. So let's speed her up a little bit. Yeah, Sacrier's foot, it's not bad. We probably hit a little bit over 450 with a good earth set per hit. And you could be healing half of it. Okay, so any still. Okay, so now if I use influx. Yeah, just a little heal. A little heal your allies, your team members are gonna take advantage of. Not bad. Let's see the other spells. Sacrifice deals damage. Okay, so sacrifice pretty much. Oh, I'm holding my big old thumb. It's holding the wrong element. All right, so let's talk about punishment. Punishment deals damage in your best element. In this case, it's gonna do damage based off strength. And it's gonna do another line of damage based on how much HP you have been eroded. So the more wore down you are, the higher that line of damage is going to be. So let's see if we could increase it a little bit. Just gonna beat up the sack here. Okay, so let's try punishment again. Yeah. This is definitely that spell that, you know, the more beat up you are, the more dangerous you're going to become. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Let's talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice pretty much more or less works the same way, where it kind of just, the sack's going to take damage for the team. If the caster's flying sword is hit, it destroys 50% of its HP to... Oh, okay, so it has a little bit synergy with the sword. So the sword did change as well, so let's sacrifice here. So as you saw there, you could control the sword now. It's not controlled by AI. So let's sacrifice this area here. Let me make sure I level that spell. It's level 6. Okay. I would have thought the area would have been bigger, but okay. Oh, okay. So it literally sacrificed the sword. Let's see. Let's see what happened here. If the caster's flying source hit, oh, okay. If it's hit by the spell sacrifice, it destroys 50% of its HP. So think of it like the Osa's bestial healing, except this takes half of the sword's HP. Another good spell to have, especially for the Sacrier, and kind of leans into the whole supportive, defensive archetype. So we're gonna bring back the sword here. Just gotta wait for the cooldown. Okay, let's summon the sword. Okay, that's the sword. Flying sword, 1200 at level 1200 HP at level 6. Yeah, so you could heal a decent chunk. 600-ish, pretty much. Let's pass. So yeah, you could control the sword. You know, no more the sword just kind of doing its thing. Use it to hit you. Your damage. I don't know if that's good or not. So that's sacrifice and how it interacts with the sword. Attraction, 9 cells. It more or less works the same way. Attract something towards you. I don't think that changed at all. I know I've seen Sacriers kind of use that spell. And let's see what else we have. Life transfer, we talked about that. Now let's get more summons out here. So just so we can mess around. Transposition. All right, so this is the Sax kind of like swappy spell. I think pretty much more or less it works the same. I'm not sure if the gravity part is new, but there it is. And then we also have, I'm trying to look, why do I have so many healing spells on here? Sacrifice we talked about, but alright, so Purge. Purge is the class spell. You get that temples. It's Bewitchment and increases your damage inflicted by 10. So it's kind of like the old Annie's word of I forget what the spell, the any spell where it gives you -4 on Bewitchment. Word of Youth. That's what it was called. So it's pretty much that. Okay, so and now let's take a look at the punishments. So the Sacrier now has 2 punishments. Martyr punishment, which is going to be your offensive punishment, and Vital punishment, which is going to be defensive. So let's check out Martyr first. So we're just going to apply it to the sack. And whenever he gets hit, he's going to get a boost in power. So you saw here the Chafer hit me. 7% power. And the boost is going to be dependent on how hard you get hit. So the Chafer hit. Yeah, so it's going to take half. Half of whatever you get hit. It's gonna convert that into power. So now if we Beating up with any. 98%, 118, 30. Weak pie. Okay, I feel like he's gonna get really crazy right now. So right now he has 500 power. So let's hit something with a foot. I want to. I get a feeling it's gonna kill. Alright, let's kick the Schaefer. Okay, so that killed him. Let's kick the any. Yeah. 470, not bad. 470. Let's try with this. Yeah, definitely a big increase in damage. And it lasts. How long does it last? So he's still getting power. Is it still on it? Yeah, still on him. All right, let's keep pushing it. I feel like I'm gonna kill him. Which I guess that plays into the whole Sacrier thing. Okay, so he's rocking 851 power right now. Probably get a crit. No crit. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to show that off a little bit better. Let's go ahead and just kill everybody here. Yeah, we have 1/2 crits. Just a little bit unlucky, I guess. Okay, so let me just beat up this thing really quick. I want to see the I want to see how much damage we could push out of it. Okay. Okay, so first off, start off with the punishment. Put that on, get my sword out. Maybe the Schaefer, beat me up a little bit. Okay, that's alright. Come in with the any. A little left tap right there. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Okay, 300 power. Let's hit him with the with this. I mean, 450 on a regular. Alright, here we go. Oh, alright. 500 on a foot with a crit. So I remember the Sacrier playing like this when I used to play Dofus, like way back, like I'm talking like 2006, 2009. I remember when the Sacrier would set up its punishments and everybody would just like beat him up and he would just get like super buff and OP. So I don't know if that changed and that's going back to this. or something similar. Alright, 416. Let's try some of the other hits. Actually, let's try the punishment. Ooh. Let's try this one. Yeah, Earth Sacrier could definitely push damage with a little bit of setup, a little bit of work. So lastly, I think the other thing we have left to talk about is the Vital punishment, which is the defensive punishment. So you put that on. You can't have both at the same time. It removes the other one whenever you apply a new punishment. So you gotta keep that in mind. And this one reduces damage down to the Sacrier. So if things are getting a little bit dangerous, you put this on and the sword's in the way. Reduces damage by 55, reduces damage by 100. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Reduces final damage by 10%, reduces damage by 5 for turn. So the sack did lose its crazy vitality kind of gimmick to it, but yeah, this kind of turns it into a little bit of a tank as well. So I think that does it for the Earth Sacrier. It's not bad. It's not bad. I was at the beginning when I was doing my testing before the I'm recording this. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling the Sacrier. I thought it was pretty basic. Sacrier was a little basic Betty. But yeah, looking at the numbers, looking what it can do, a lot of sustain on Earth Sacrier. If you're solo, if you plan on doing solo, just fighting things on your own, Earth might be the way to go since you have a lot of self-healing. You got a lot of defensive effects, buffs, even shields. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so let's check out this chance one next. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we are once again. Class switch. So we have could take a look at the chance stuff. 4 spells, pretty much 4 or 5 if you count punishment. So let's see what the chance sack is all about. First up is Fury. Water damage. 1% of attacker's HP is neutral damage. So that's gonna give you 2 lines of damage, and it's gonna give you 10 damage for 3 turns. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, it's alright. It's decent. Can we get it? Can we get a crit? 300. Ooh, this has a very high crit ratio. 150. Alright, so we probably won't get a crit. Probably would have been a good idea to transfer over my 19 Turk Dofus. It's got a little bit of range and AoE, so you know, can hit multiple enemies at once. The thing about it is, like I said, you can hit yourself and other people. I guess the idea would be that you could use it to buff yourself with a punishment. So just a punishment there. Yeah, so I'm can I do it twice? Yes, I can. Okay, so a little bit of a self buffing with the chance so far with just looking at that one spell. Okay, next up is Puncture. Water damage, once per target, and heals allies in the perfusion state. Okay, so let's check that out. Let's get the any. Let's do some life transfer. Any enters a perfusion state. And alright, so let's Just hit this thing. Puncture. Okay, just a little bit of heals. Can we do it twice? No. Lame. I don't know why they keep doing these spells where it's just once per target, and they don't even hit that hard either. 400 on a crit, and I mean it's not like it's healing. It's not like it's healing a crazy amount for to like set this up. So, puncture is kind of meh. Maybe under punishment, deals good damage. We'll try that out, but let's move on to Dissolution. 232 Water Steal. 2% of attacker's HP. Steals HP in the water element or on the caster, then sacrifices some of their HP. Okay, so let's check that out. Okay, so it's a little cross around you. There's the Water Steal. It's a little bit sustain. So what happens if we put the any right next to him? Try it again. I'm not seeing the 2% of attacker's HP happening. Yeah, I don't know. Number cast per turn. It's hitting the any. Ooh, look at that, almost healed a decent amount just using it. Yeah, another small AoE attack. So far, 2 AoE attacks on the. They're small AoE attacks, but it's better than nothing. If you are surrounded by monsters, could come in handy. Yeah, I'm not seeing that other line of damage, so I don't know if that's a bug or I'm missing something. But the next water spell is the Hot Blooded. So this one, 40 to 44 water damage. It's going to attract you to the target by 2 cells. And it's going to put them under gravity. 500 damage. You can use it once per turn. Again, with these spells. Okay, let's see if we can get a crit out of it. This spell reminds me of the one Mucane uses in Ancestral Island. Is it crit 1/2? Yeah, 1/2. Alright, we gotta keep doing it until we get that crit. Let's try one more time. Alright, we're not getting it. I would imagine it's hitting like 600 on a crit. Another thing too, it's removing dodge. So I think you might want to splash chance some of these chance spells with earth and agility, just because so far the Sacrier has 2 spells that are remove dodge, so you definitely want to lock an enemy in place and keep them there. I think that's what they want you to do. 583, yeah, with a good set you could probably push 600 on that. Yeah, so a lot of dodge removing on the Sacrier. Locking, it's going to be very good at locking stuff down, perhaps. But yeah, that's a chance. And of course, it has punishment. Which is, you know, regardless of what build you make, you're going to use it. So let's try buffing up. See them big numbers. So let's just put on the offensive punishment. You know, since we're chance, we're gonna take advantage of Fury. And post ourselves up. And then we're gonna life transfer the Annie. Set that up. Okay. And he's gonna come in. Whack the sack. Whack the sack. Okay, so another thing to keep in mind too with these punishments. At level 6, so here, let's take a look at it. Martyr punishment. So at level 6, it says punishment of 400 for 1 turn. So it can only get up to 400 power max. So past that, there's no point of to keep hitting him. And we know that the percentage of power it gets is half from the damage he receives. So pretty much, if he receives 800 points of damage during the spell's active period, he's gonna max out. So right now he has 400 power. Let's hit him with this hot head spell, hot blooded. That's not that big of a difference. 653, and let's hit him with puncture. He's gonna heal the enemy. Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's not that impressive. I thought he was gonna at least like double his damage. Alright, let's try it. Here, let's hit. Here, let's heal a little bit. Okay, we still have punishment on. Yeah, 400. Also, now that I think about it, I don't know how we got him over to like 800 power when I was testing out the strength branch. Oh, I'll have to look into it. But let's just let's just keep moving on for now. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of. I know, yeah, I think something's off, or I didn't do something right, but he's got 400 power, and then he's not doing that much more damage than what he was if he wasn't under the martyr punishment. Sorry guys, a little bit quiet here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing this right. And the ending doesn't have 24%. So I should be hitting the ending pretty decently. Alright, so on okay, so if you use it on an ally, it does no damage, but I think it still does the attracting motion. So other branches could probably use the spell just as a utility. Yeah, I don't know. But that's the chance sack. Gotta be honest, I'm not really too impressed with it. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. It's got some sustained. It's got AoE, a small AoE, so it might be good in a PVM environment where you get surrounded by monsters. So, but let's now move on to the agility Sacrier, which is my favorite out of the 3, and you'll see why. So we'll be right back. Okay folks, here we are with the agility Sacrier. Again, I just took my OSA and class switched her. I'm here at some mobs because I really want to show this off with some enemies. Definitely agility Sacrier would be my favorite one, and the one I could definitely see myself making. It seems like a lot of fun. So we're gonna attack this mob here. And yeah, we're just gonna start. Okay, so it's not working. I think my phone might be bugging out. Alright, so first off we have projection. Projection is going to switch places with an enemy. So if we use it, it kind of hits like an axe. We're just going to switch places. So the agility sack, from what I've seen, is going to be your mobility position class, or your build. She has a lot of mobility options. Like, I really want to call this build like the Sip Sap build, because she goes all over the place. She can go from one end of the map to the other really quick. IG Sack is going to be really good at chasing stuff down too. Overall, she's going to be really good at just moving things around, especially to set up one of her agility spells, which is really awesome. I'm going to show it off here in a second. Okay, so here we're going to switch. It's going to kill him, that's alright. And then we're going to use a spell called, I think it's bugged out. Light Speed. Yo, though, this spell though, it's wild. I want to go, made me go wow. So we switch. There's two enemies lined up. We use Light Speed, and the idea of the spell is she goes like right through them. Think of it like a dash attack, like in those like anime fight scenes. And she like has her back turned to them too. And when you end your turn, that's when they take damage. That is so cool. So it's kind of like a teleportation spell. And you're going to hit anything that you're pretty much going through. And you're going to use a lot of these positioning spells to take advantage of it. So you might want to kind of dabble around with the other spells. So here, there's a nice setup here. And you have to land on this cell right here. So it's a little bit limiting that way, but you have options. Okay, right here, I can just swap with this guy. And Sip Sap over here. Boom. And then, you know what? I can do it again. Boom. So fun. And at the end of your trip, boom, body bags. Oh man. You guys, as you could tell, I'm having a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun testing the agility Sacrier. So that's the spell right here. And again, you can use it as mobility. So say if I need to get somewhere, go be somewhere, boom. Oh, I kind of messed up there. Now we could go back. Boom. How cool is that? That is so cool. So yeah, agility, Sacrier, not a whole lot of support, not a whole lot of sustain, just a whole lot of fun. Hemostatic. Just a regular. It's kind of vanilla, kind of basic air spell here. It's going to give MP parry. Small little bonus, which can come in handy in PvM or PvP. Yeah, look at that. All right, let's try another mob. Yeah, so let's say I'm here. You know, I need to get into the foray over there. Wait, how come it's got a cooldown now? He's got a cooldown at the beginning of the turn? Of the fight? Yeah, number casts two. Alright, that was weird. I don't know why it let me just do it once. Yeah, look at that. Look at that distance I just covered with that. And it hits pretty decently. It's the spell damage is not bad. Okay, so let's test some of the other spells. Hemostatic. That was a crit. We'll move into the dojo to test some of this out. And then this spell is Assault. I think Assault has a little bit of sustain. Yeah, Earth Steel. The base damage is not as crazy as the Earth one, but yeah, it's good to have. Can we get another? Yeah, let's get a big mop again. Oh. Let's start out here this time. Okay, let's go with Assault. Okay, so the air sac has healing. All three branches will also stay. I think this is going to be a great character for people who do mono account. Oh, all right, you guys. Let's check this out. How do we want to do this? Switch with that guy. Oh, okay. All right. So I thought I could combo the transposition with light speed, but transposition puts you under gravity, and you can't be zip zapping under gravity. I thought it had a really cool setup. But you could zip zap and then switch. How do we? See, you kind of have to think now. Let's see, can we do this? Oh yeah, it's got the cooldown too. It's alright. Of course, I'm not used to these spells and the cooldowns and the uses per turn. At least not yet. How cool is that? Yeah, you might want to use the other spells too. The Earth Positioning spell too might come into use, and the Water one that just pulls you 2 cells towards a target. Agility Sacrier, definitely Mobility King. Condensation and Hot Blooded just has utility spells. Okay, let's try to get a setup here. Let's try to get a 3 kill. Maybe we could do it? No, let's see if we could do it. No, we can't. Could do this though. No, I thought it had something. I have to think of setups, of really cool setups where I could do this. Gotta think a little bit like a rogue. Funny enough. Can we get another big mob? Alright, this one's juicy. Oh, okay, we could get a 3-hit combo right here. Check this out. Check this out. Oof. Oh, I killed him. That's alright. Sip tap. Yeah. That is so cool. And if you do it really fast, you get some style points. Fortunately, my phone's like super laggy right now, so can't do it. Alright, let's try to get some style points right here. I have to pass. It is so cool. I really dig the agility sack. Just this one spell. It's enough for me to go like, I want to make one. Now let's do one more fight and then we'll hit the dojo. This is probably gotta run the length of the video, but I'm having too much fun with this. Ooh, okay. What can we do here? Okay, we go here. Okay, this might work. Let's go here. Damn, Sonic. Ooh. I mean, they are low-level monsters, but still. This makes me feel like Sonic. Sap dashing everywhere. Yeah, and the cool thing, I don't know if this was done on purpose, it's like they don't take any damage until you end your turn. Body bag. So cool. Alright, so let's go to the dojo. Be right back. Alright, so here we are again, back at the dojo, back at it again. Let's just test some of the damage ranges we can get out of the agility Sacrier. We've got the Any here just in case I need to show off some supportive stuff. But for the most part, from what you saw when I was testing out, when I was beating up the miners and the hooligans, just not a whole lot of support with the agility Sacrier. Okay, so first off, we're gonna test projection, and it's just a simple switch with some damage to it. And again, I'm not seeing, I can't touch and hold the spell, so we're gonna have to go in here. 150 on the critical hit ratio, so I don't have 1/2. But the base damage is pretty low. The main purpose is positioning, just swapping, switch and swap, switch, and yeah, so just a switching spell. And let's put up some. Let's get her a little bit closer. Let's put out some more stuff to play around with. Got Schaefer out. Do I have Carrot? Actually, Carrot's going to be a really good spell for agility Sacrier. It's going to be really good just to use it as a grapple point. It's going to be good for switch and swapping, pulling, even doing the sip sap dash on it. It might be a must at level 6. So yeah, projection, just a position spell. Like say, you know, I need to get to a Schaefer for whatever reason. I can just project myself there. I'll just be on my way. Pretty straightforward spell. I'm sure on an ally, it just kind of switch without the damage. But let's test it really quick. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little baby version of this other spell. Oh, come on. I probably should have restarted my phone. Transposition. So it's kind of like a little baby version of that. Next up is I'm gonna have to open up my spells. Assault. So we saw Assault has a little bit of sustain with it. And it might not help that my phone is low on battery either. Linear spell, it's got a little bit of range. It's alright, 500 for how much AP was that? 3 AP? 400 on a non-crit? Actually my Annie has... Yeah, she has alright resistances. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for 3 AP. You get it twice per turn. Let's speed up the sack a little bit to gauge how much. Oh, no. Okay, so HP, it's about halfway there. Assault. Alright, so it's the first line that steals. Yeah, overall not a bad spell. It hits decently, you get some sustain out of it. Okay, that was close to 600 on 350. Almost 700 damage there. No way. $600, yeah. On a crit you could push 600, close to 700. Not bad. A+ assault for me. Let's try this other spell. Hemostatic. $666. Critical hit. 5 AP. Yeah, the base damage is 41 to 45. Nothing and allies. It just gives them. Oh, 10 MP, 10 MP parry. Oh, so that could be a little bit useful, especially in the Slyguard dungeon, where that stupid little robot bear guy likes to steal your MP. So yeah, if you hit an ally with it, it's just going to buff your MP parry. PvP, that could be good too, especially if you're facing MP drainers. 66 again. So you gave yourself MP parry. Okay, good. That's awesome. Especially since AVA, the Ava Torrent set, has a lot of MP parry already. Yeah, I'm at 92 MP parry. Just leaning into the fact that the air agility Sacrier is the mobility build, positioning, moving things around. Okay, yeah, and finally the CP sit dash spell. It only activates once. You can't double up on it. It'd be cool if you double up on it. But yeah, only one line of damage, even though I did it twice on him. Let's see what it does on allies. No effect. Oh, but see, it puts me... I mean, that might be a bug. Where it kind of locks me out. Teleports the target one cell by speed -1 turns into recast. Oh, okay. So I think you need to have a target. You need to have a valid target for so you can use it back to back. So if I just use it willy-nilly like this, that's it. It's just a teleport pretty much. But with a valid target with an enemy that I'm kind of going through. Yeah, you saw it here where it got rid of that cooldown. So can I chain it 3 times? Is that what I did with the If you could chain it 3 times. No, number cast per turn twice. Okay. Yeah, and that's the agility Sacrier. Super fun build. Super cool. I love it. For me, this is the best one out of all 3. The Earth one. Earth one is a nice like middle ground. Like I mentioned, if I were to make a Sacrier, it would be agility. So let me reset my phone and we'll test out the Martyr Punishment and we'll just call it a day there. So I'll be right back. Alright folks, here we are again. One final test to check out how much damage we could get out of the agility Sacrier. Oh, so you can't punishment on the first turn. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so... No, that was... Oh, my bad. I also got the wrong spell. Transposition. You can't transposition at the beginning of the fight. But we cast punishment. Get the sword out. Get the Schaefer out. And he hits us. Yep. Alright, 48%. And keep in mind, agility and chance, Sacrier, it's like you do all those fancy Sacrier stuff, like sacrifice, switching, pulling. They could all do that, or rather take advantage of all those spells. a little bit more. Okay, we're at 400 power. Yeah, not bad for this little 2 AP spell. Pushing 350 damage. It's awesome. Alright, let's hit him with Assault. Yeah, pushing over 700 damage. Nice. Whew, how much? Alright, so how much? That was a lot of crits. So, projection. Alright, let's round it. So, 600, 700. Assault hit for 700. It's just like 2100 points of damage. Whew. And also remember, since your agility, you have access to the sacrificial daggers, those heavy hitter daggers too. All right, so this is another thing you gotta keep in mind too, which kind of just hit me. Even though the Sacrier is under the martyr punishment, the power buff only lasts for that turn, but not the trigger effect. The trigger effect lasts for 4 turns. So you're gonna have to you have to beat up the sack every turn, or you have to let it get beat up. Should we test out the daggers? Let's get a crit. Whew. Almost 1,000 damage on dagger crit. Ooh. That was close. That's alright, we got the Any right here. Back up. Okay, since we're super low on health, let's try the punishment. Which is the one that was it punishment? $700 damage on that. Let's try this one. 750 non-crit. I have to get used to the sword having its own turn. I just kind of stare at the screen, thinking somebody else's turn. Okay, we don't have that much power, but. Oof, that's a heavy hitting spell right there. Hemostatic. Oh, we're not done yet. We still got AP. Yeah, on top of the agility version having a lot of mobility options, it's also a very great hitter. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Sack's never been a class that I've really been interested in. But now, it's like I want to make one. 455 on that. Let's see if we could yeah, let's kill Schaefer. Okay, so let's throw on the punishment again. Get a sword out. Let's get rid of this thing. Alright, let's get her up to 400 again. That should do it. Give some stim. Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, can we do it? No, we can't do it anymore. I wanted to do the water coney to get squeeze out a little bit more damage. I want to get a crit. Okay, that was a crit. $650, not bad. Not bad, especially if you're hitting multiple enemies with that spell. Which is like the whole point. I'm sorry, I didn't think the sack video was going to be this long. I thought the sack was going to be pretty straightforward. I mean, the earth and definitely the chance ones were pretty straightforward, but yeah, I'm just intrigued by the agility version. Yes, pretty heavy hit there. But I think that's gonna do it, guys. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of this new sack. Oh, hopefully I showed it enough that made it look cool, made it look viable. Overall, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Definitely more so on the agility side, as you can tell already. Earth was cool. A lot of sustain. It's got the shields. It's healing other people. It's gonna be great in groups. Chance one was a little bit wacky. I'm not sure if I approached it right, but I didn't get it. It looked like it would be best if you would splash some of the chance spells into the earth or the agility maybe. But agility definitely takes the cake for me. Super awesome. I can see myself making one. It's a shame. So far the agility builds have been the ones that have been like super interesting. We had the poison, agility, and Ripsa. We have the Sip Sap, agility, Sacrier. And next up is the Craw. I haven't seen the Craw at all, so probably next couple of days I'll put that video out. And we'll see. We'll see. Alright guys, you know the drill. Like the video. Let me know if you made it this far into the video, into the very end. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and all that fancy stuff. Until next time, it's been Challenger EX.